Good morning. Hello and welcome. I did say it would be a bit of an early one today. We're just going to continue with kind of what we were doing yesterday, just building some Seraphon. Hope you're all well. Should complete them relatively quickly. Probably, actually, I think quicker than the spawn of Chotek yesterday. Let's just set that going. Lovely, lovely day again today. I'm not sure, I mean, if you're kind of different parts of the country, you might be already fed up with the warm weather, but I welcome it. I think it's fantastic. You might be having a break from it today, or you might just be heading out in the sun this afternoon. That's what I will be doing. Hey Revan, how you doing? I didn't see you in the live stream yesterday, so I hope you wondered where you were. Hope you're well. You did, yeah, you did. It's okay though. It's fine. It was a good one. It's a good one. Went off on quite a big tangent about 3D printing and things. No doubt you probably preloaded this morning with loads of questions, Revan, which usually are, and I love them. So that's great. Even if they're a bit odd, I try my best. I try my best to kind of give you the answers. We're essentially building a Velociraptor this morning. That's what I'd like to build. And if this goes well, you know what? I'll complete the rest of the Cerberus, I think. And I might even do some Agrodons. We'll see though. I'm looking for an arm. There it is. I've got the claws for the arm, but not the arm itself. We're just going to build those, and then we'll flip to the other side, I think. Hey Vic, how you doing? Oh, here we go. Here's the question straight away. Thanks, Revan. Dark Imperium versus Indomitus Leviathan. Dark Imperium was ages ago, though, right? Dark Imperium was ages ago. I need to go and Google Dark Imperium. Revan, what did Dark Imperium include? Come on. I've already decided on the build for this, like what options I'm going to go for, and that will be that one, just his head with his mouth closed. I think you can do his head with his mouth open. You know, the headdress thing. And I'm going to go for the spear. So essentially that. Because I'm not, I mean, yeah, the mouth opens all right, but it doesn't seem like he's swinging that axe thing he's got. And also the Agrodon has its mouth open. I think that's just too much to have both of them. That's all right, Artie Bob. That's fine. Don't you worry. Oh, Death Guard versus Primaris Marines for Dark Imperium. Death Guard. Let me have a little look. Hang on. I know the forces, but I just need to know the Dark Imperium set. That was the set that kind of brought in a lot of people, I think. That was the set that changed things. I Oh, like Dark Imperium was good because it introduced all of the new Death Guard minis, right? But the Primaris Force was very base. It's very sort of standard. Um, I know a lot of people still get het up that we don't have a Lord of Contagion like separate, and I get that. And also they were all easy to build, weren't they? So I would actually have to say, best set, Indomitus. You know, this Leviathan set, it's going to be nice. You know, it's going to be nice, but I was more excited. Excited. I was more kind of looking forward to Indomitus over those out of the three. Let me just, because there might be people joining in and things, let me just grab the Discord server link. Actually, what I'll do is I'll just grab all of those links. How about that? If I can grab all those links. And if I put them here. We're building Yoshi. Yes, we are. Oh, there's too many. There's too many items in this link thing. There we go. Does that work? What? I just want to... Can I pin? Yeah, Indomitus for you as well. Hello, Ogrin. How you doing? Just discussing which are the best sort of box sets. The last three. 8, 9 and 10. See, for me, Dark Imperium doesn't seem that long ago. It's almost like I lived a different life between Dark Imperium coming out and Indomitus. There's so much that happened in my life in those years. Between Indomitus and Leviathan, not so much. But then again, we did have a pandemic and stuff, didn't we? So. Yeah, I did pin it. Good, that's all pinned. Oh, thank you, Vic. I appreciate that. Never underestimate the power positive comments can make on people that make content. Never underestimate it. It means a lot. You didn't order since you're an AOS guy? Nice. Well, hence why you're here on this video, maybe. Enjoying some AOS. I also find it interesting how different areas of the world have more of a preference, or some systems are more popular than others. You know, I think on the whole, AOS is more popular in the States than it is in the United Kingdom, but it's also popular here. I don't know, I think for us it might be kind of 40k and Horus Heresy. Horus Heresy's definitely yeah, become more popular since the plastic set. Can you believe it, guys? It was a year ago. Just so happy that I was able to cover all the plastic Horus Heresy releases. You know. Yeah, don't be shy. Please do put down in the comments below what you're working on this morning, or this afternoon, or this evening, wherever you are. Are Seraphon hard to build? No. Skinks, I'm not sure, but when I built the Chotek, or Kotek, the Salamander last night, very easy. The Skinks, a bit fiddly. If you built, you say you're an AOS guy, but if you've built like Sisters or Mechanicus or something like that, I'm trying to think of something in Age of Sigmar that's also finicky. Yeah, Glimspike Gits. If you build Glimspike Gits, you'll have no issues with the Skinks. This is the thing with these Seraphon models. I bought all of these for the channel, but each one I'm really looking forward to build and paint, and it's quite rare that you'll get an army where you enjoy both. Like Death Guard, I wasn't really, you know, pumped up about building them because they're, you know, Space Marines, and typically they didn't have a lot of customization. And you know, if you've built Space Marines in the past, one form or another, then yeah, you just build in sort of Chaos versions. But yeah, the painting side, you know, I painted a fair bit of Death Guard and really enjoyed painting. Whereas these, I'll enjoy building them and painting them. I can't wait. It's going to be great. There's going to be videos on it as well. Hopefully before 10th is released. We'll see though. All right, Greece is 80%. Most of the Balkan countries are AOS. Interesting. I wonder if that kind of transcends with like popular themes as well. So what I mean by that is do kind of like Balkans and the Greeks, do they like prefer kind of fantasy over science fiction? Have you thought about that as well? Oh, this is so cool, the way that just goes together. The gaps are pretty well hidden too. Done a good job there. Yeah, they've done a good job. Cheers, thanks. What? Will the Kotek burn Eldar children? I think that's a wrong Salamander, Revan. But he does spit out globs of flame acid, which sounds awesome. It's pretty good in the rules as well. This is an army where you don't really mind not playing with them, like in games. This is an army where you just satisfied to build them and paint them and call it a day. Whereas something like Slaves to Darkness, you want to fight with them. You know, you want to use Archaon. Maybe I'll bring the Archaon down actually and put him there. Sure. I have some of the minis here. Here we go. From the other week. So that's one of the creatures. This is a Saurus. And then there's a little toad dude. Oh. So what I would suggest with the Raptidons, at least, there he is to not glue the skinks on. I mean, you can, if you want to play on hard mode, I guess, but you got 1,000 points, 40k game with friends coming up. 6 Flamestorm aggressors, 3 eradicators on Assault Moon. Oh, nice one. Yeah, this is the thing, Ogrin. Like with Forge World, they used to in the catalogs and things. They used to credit their designers, their sculptors. I guess it's because it's a team of people, not just one person. I think. But then Death Guard, it was Maxime, wasn't it? He sculpted the Death Guard, and if you go to events and things, they're usually there, and you can praise them in person, which I did. But yeah, it would be cool if their name was somewhere on the box, or I don't know what their policy is. I don't know whether they want to do that, because it's a two-way street, isn't it? You know. If you're going to be putting designers and sculptors' names on boxes and crediting them, then they're also open for abuse, unfortunately, and criticism. And you know, I would certainly criticise Chaos Cultist sculpts, just from an options point of view. And maybe they've done that to kind of move away from the criticisms, because there's so many sets now that, you know, what you see is what you get. You barely get any options. Although I have faith, I still have faith, because the Khorne Berserkers are fantastic and they've got a lot of options, but yet the Jackals don't. Odd, isn't it, that kind of like the mob side of an army has fewer options than, I'd say, a more elite side of the army. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, completely. Yeah. And with this sort of cancel culture and things and Twitter, and it's so easy for people to kind of reach out from behind their keyboards and you know, negatively impact people's lives and make it personal. It's like, geez. I mean, I got a copyright strike on this channel because of jealous people on Twitter, you know. So I myself have been subject to it. And you know what, guys, like, I like doing these things and I will continue doing what I want to do. But, you know, if you get 3 strikes, your channel's cancelled. And, you know, I wouldn't be sat here talking to you guys if that happened. Well, I probably stream on a different platform, but still, you know what I mean. It's a shame because I've built up, I think, quite a large base of knowledge, rules, opinions, size comparisons, and I think it is large. Like, there's over 3,000 videos now, 10 years worth of content, and that would just disappear. I think that's a bit sad. But it hasn't happened, so let's continue. Yeah, the strike was over me pre-ordering a game, a video game, pre-ordering it like everybody else. You know, there was no embargo, there's no NDA, I signed nothing. I just pre-ordered a game like everybody else. Amazon sent it to me early. I guess they wanted me to get it, you know, guarantee that I'd get it on release date. And I then loaded up my PlayStation 5 that I paid for, streamed it using PlayStation's own streaming software, using my internet that I pay for, and I streamed it on YouTube on my channel. And the channel got a lot of views. The video got a lot of views, thousands of views, live, and most of the people were really enjoying the live stream. But there were one or two, and it only takes one or two to spoil it for all of those thousands of other people, and they didn't like that. So they didn't like that I had the game early for some reason, you know, and they take it so personal. It's quite pathetic, really, and then they just took to the game developers' Twitter, and yeah, basically said, "Hey, look what this guy's doing. The game isn't even out yet. What's he doing?" And what then happened, which I think is wrong anyway, is YouTube, like after 4 hours, like I was streaming it for, like, it's not like I set a stream up and within a few minutes it was taken down or whatever. What then happened was YouTube immediately, a copyright strike was made. YouTube immediately closed down the live stream and deleted those 4 hours of content, and left me with a copyright strike. Which is, yeah, so it just goes to show that you could be live streaming anything and they can just shut it down, whatever it is. Well, I mean, I guess they have to, because, you know, if you live stream something and it breaches their YouTube's own sort of guidelines, like if you were live streaming a mass shooting or something, I don't know, like, or like pornography or something like that, then I guess, yeah, it wouldn't be. They need to do things like that, I guess. But yeah, and it's just sad. It just really is sad that these people will just they don't see the consequences behind that. You know, one of the consequences is I thought I was doing something good by showcasing gameplay of my own game that I bought. As I say, I wasn't giving it to it by a developer or anything. But no, I guess this is why we can't have nice things. You know, I would have loved to have continued that stream and played through the game and, you know, completed it for people and give my thoughts and opinions at the end. But yeah, this is why we can't have nice things. Which is a shame. Just a few people just spoil it for the majority. Uh, I mean, I have a Twitter, but I don't have a presence in Twitter. No, I don't tweet. I try and avoid that. That and Reddit, I just think are very, very toxic. You know, yeah, it's just. Um, Always love Warhammer. You and your son got into it because of your videos. I've heard that before, Vic. Like one or two people have come to me and said, "Oh yeah, we've got into Warhammer because of your videos and things, and Lego as well." Like, I had a few people that have their kids watch me build the Lego and go through that. Mainly because it's I'd say my channel's pretty child friendly, I guess. And where it isn't, I'll use the over 18 kind of tab, but that's very, very rare. Like I played Bolt Gun, and that is an 18 only game, so obviously I tick the thing for over 18. But yeah, you won't hear me swear. I've never swore in any video, live stream, anything like that. And yeah, I try and keep the dad jokes to a minimum. I try. But yeah, no, that's really cool to hear. You know, when someone says that, you think, oh well, they could have got into Warhammer from other means like Astartes or Dawn of War or even Space Marine. You know, the new Space Marine game's coming out. I talked at length yesterday in the live stream about how that Space Marine 2 game will bring new people to our hobby as well. So welcome them, and be patient with them. They may think that all Space Marines are Primaris, and they all, and they might look at you funny for having a Legacy Space Marine, but that's just gotta be patient and educate them. I do think that, yeah, game releases, it's a tough one. And it's easy for me to say this because I'm not the game developer, I'm not publishing anything, but don't you think it would have been cooler? I'm going to say it. Don't you think it would have been cooler if they brought out Space Marine 2 in like 2 weeks' time to coincide with Leviathan? Do you not think? I just, it's not a missed opportunity, but because the opportunity is there behind the scenes, but I just think it would mesh better if they released a video game like Space Marine 2 and then some kind of marketing campaign or part of the game. It's like you've played the game, now collect the miniatures, and so they market it as like a collection thing, like, oh, you played Space Marine 2, well, did you know that you can also collect miniatures? Because believe it or not, there will be people that play Space Marine 2 and they won't have a clue that there's miniatures or that there's a miniature game. I know that's odd to hear, but there will be. You know this. Not everybody knows about Warhammer. Not everybody knows about Warhammer 40,000. Not everybody knows about Age of Sigmar. I was very closed off to Warhammer and Age of Sigmar throughout 40k. When this channel just did 40k videos on a Warhammer Wednesday. And now I pretty much do as much as I possibly can and whatever I can get my hands on, thanks to you guys. I appreciate that, Ogren. Appreciate that. Yeah, this is what I said last night. Could they do a Total War Warhammer, but with 40k? I mean, they've already got the demons, haven't they? So... oh, nice one. Yeah, that sounds fun. Painting the Tyranids. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the Leviathan paint scheme that they've used. I think they just can't make up their mind whether they want to go for this kind of 40k cartoony kind of bright colour scheme or kind of like a grim dark. Some minis they go for like grim dark look, some they go for like cartoony look. I don't know, guys. If you were going to collect Tyranids, what colour would you paint them? Mine are blue, like a light ice blue, because they're on a like snowy ice planet. Did you pre-order anything beside the Leviathan box? Not really. No, there wasn't really much to pre-order. I didn't get the book. First time I didn't get the Leviathan novel. I've kind of drawn a line under their hardbacks now. You know, hardback after hardback from them, with the exception of Siege of Terror, the paper quality has just been atrocious. They've really dropped the ball in the quality. So I've now made a conscious decision that unless it's a special edition that I'd like, or a Siege of Terror book, I'm going to go straight for paperback. You know, I'll probably still get the paperbacks from Element Games because you get a bit of a discount, and sometimes it works out a bit cheaper than Amazon, even with the shipping that you have to pay. Plus, you can get your crystals, and you know you can get your discounts and things, can't you? So there is that. But yeah, I've got a lot of books still in my backlog. I don't know whether you guys have as well, but I probably would say I buy, on average, maybe 2 Warhammer novels a month, and I probably read 2. Maybe I probably read 2, maybe 3. So a lot of the time I'm just breaking even. Last book I bought, was it the Dark Angels Omnibus? Did I buy that and the Lion book? I see the scalpers have already been trying to sell the Leviathan pre-orders, which you can't actually do because that's against eBay's sort of policy. You can't sell things that you don't have. So if you see any of those, just contact eBay, they'll take them down. It's a bit different if you've got the Leviathan box set in your hands, then you can actually sell it, but eBay might not know that. They might not know that these people, and I doubt they check. So, but yeah, I've seen a few going up for sort of £500, £600 for a £120 box set. I mean, if anybody wants to buy mine off me for £1,000, that's fine. But you know, hey Victor, life's all right. You're going to start working on your spawn of Chotec. Nice one, nice one. Good to hear. Good to hear. Everybody else, you know, please do put your what you're working on in the comments. You might not be working on anything. You might have just woken up and, you know, you're just listening to my exciting voice. As exciting as I can be for plastic dinosaurs. First thing on a Sunday morning. I think that's pretty good. You just wanted a new Dawn of War mod where they go down the route of the UA mod. Okay. They had the old Seraphon models for pre-order, did they? Whoops. I totally missed them. I need to have a look. Yeah, that book is massive. Is that the thickest, biggest book that they've done for a game system? I mean, it's bigger than the 9th edition rulebook. Ninth edition was 364 pages or so. Are fine cast models worth it? You've been thinking of buying the man-eaters box. Man-eaters box. I need to look this up. Oh, are they the ogre more tribes, aren't they? Are fine cast models worth it? It depends. It's not a complete turn off. Not a complete turn off, because I do have a few fine cast models, so I would say I am experienced in them. Some models are an absolute pain, and some aren't too bad. You have to use super glue instead of plastic glue. You're going to have a lot of flash on them rather than mold lines that you're going to need to clean up. You'll certainly get your money's worth in both detail and hobby time that you spend with them. It depends. If you like to build your models quickly, then I would probably skip them. But they're not too bad. I haven't personally picked up the man-eaters, but with my experience with fine cast, I think you'll be fine. You know, if you've got ogre more tribes already, you've got an army, then, and you know, and you're missing those from the collection or the force, I'd say go for it. You know. Morning, Maxim. How you doing? Good to see you. You like the anchorite from Apocalypse book? Cool. Yeah, I saw a message today on the Leviathan video yesterday saying that the box set is out of stock in the States, and I went on the American website, web store, and that is the true. It's it says no longer available on their website. Now, I wouldn't read too much into that. It is Games Workshop after all. They can just make more. You know, it's not like it's a precious stone. It's not. They're not selling gold, are they? I'm just waiting for a comment that says gold is cheaper. But yeah, they can just make more. They can print more. It's fine. Think of it as like a lion situation. The lion sold out relatively quickly. He'll be back. They're going to make more. I'm very surprised that it was sold out on the American web store though. Very surprised. Just got this piece to do, and then we can start gluing legs and arms onto this raptor. Should have got his other arm ready, really. Let's do that. What is it, 27, 28? Yeah. 28. And 27. Out of stock in Canada as well. Nice one. Don't judge me using a Imperial Fist. Is it? No, it's a Griffin. That's all right. I just saw yellow. Is it Griffin? What's the chapter? Red Griffins? No, I've forgotten what they're called. But put the drink on there. I've got a few coasters actually. Not sure where I got them from. I think they were from the Conquest magazine, maybe. I can't remember. Raise a glass to all those enthusiastic hobbyists that were queuing outside the stores yesterday to pre-order. You know, that shows a fair bit of commitment. When you're physically going down to a store to pre-order something. Good luck if you're able to walk out a store only having pre-ordered something. Again, that's another achievement. If you're able to walk into a Games Workshop store and out of one without them asking what are you working on or what army do you collect, then you know you've earned the assassin accolade, I think. I did say I would live stream Diablo 4, and I will, but there's just a few things on it I want to kind of clean up and get to the end of before I do. No worries, Vic. No worries. Hope it goes well. I'm still gonna be here, so don't you worry. Hope it's not too busy out and about for you. Never thought I'd see people get so excited about. Resin 2, not just plastic. Resin 2. Oh, Maxim. You see, and this is why YouTube doesn't give powers to shut down streams to mods. Because Maxim would be like, nope, we're having none of that on this channel. It's not a instead of, Maxim. You know this. It's not. I'm not just going to stream Diablo 4 for a whole week and then have no videos. Don't worry. Don't you worry. What class did you choose in Diablo? Sork, obviously. Obviously. I mean, I liked the look of like barbarian, maybe druid, but in the end I went for sorcerer. Yeah, or should I say sorceress? Yeah, I've been enjoying it. It's good. There's definitely some quality of life improvements though that they really need to address. You'll probably, I don't know if you're into Diablo, but you might have seen some other videos. But I will add my 2 cents. Gemstones and things, they did need a separate tab. Something that people haven't mentioned though is the map. Like, I haven't heard anyone mention that it needs an overlay map so you can move about and have like a transparent map while you're moving. They've had, did they have that in 3? I'm sure they did. I'm sure of it. But the map is so big that they should do that. I mean, also dailies. I want some kind of reward. I want some kind of reward of going in and logging in every day and doing certain things, other than just, you know, leveling up my character or doing dungeons and things. I want daily sort of things of like kill so many creatures or complete a dungeon. Like, it doesn't need to be like 2 or 3 or 4 dungeons or anything. It can just be complete a dungeon for the day and here's a little extra XP, or, you know, a few potions. I don't know. Elixirs, should I say, not potions. Don't you guys have mobiles? Yeah, definitely the people that were spending like £100,000 on Diablo Immortal had mobiles for sure. There's no way I would spend that much on a game. No way. Maybe I'm easily satisfied. Quote me on that. But I could never get £100,000 worth of enjoyment out of a video game. That's just me though. Like, hey, if you can, that's great. Good for you. But, and I know people were playing it on their PC, through their phone, through an app or whatever they did, but if we're playing it as it was intended, which is a mobile game, could I really spend £100,000 on playing a game on my mobile phone? No, I couldn't. That's just, I would rather spend £100,000 on Warhammer than a mobile game. Yes, I would have a backlog. Well, this is what you do. The smart thing to do would be to spend, I'd say 30 grand. 30 grand would buy you every single miniature, I think. 30 grand, and then with multiples as well. And then you could spend another 20 grand paying people to build it and paint it. And then you've got 50 grand to spend on orc knobs. So you're kind of sorted, aren't you, really? Because then you could have the biggest knob collection on the planet. Imagine that. You would be would there be a world record for that? Imagine spending money on a game and not the Leviathan box. I'll one-up you there, Ogrin. Imagine spending money on a game and getting the Leviathan box. The great thing about Warhammer though is it's there to last. You know, that's what I've always said. Like, if it's a tricky one, because it's the whole experience and enjoyment, dopamine, short-term fix over, physical products. There's always that debate, isn't there? What's more valuable, and some people will find like an experience more valuable. Other people are more materialistic. That's fine too. It's whatever you enjoy, really. I enjoy a bit of both. Don't get me wrong. I don't think I could just spend all my money on minis though. Even for the channel, I don't think I could. I do like my video games. This is a thing. Video games were around for me before Warhammer. And I do like that little hit of dopamine or whatever. I'm not saying that Warhammer doesn't give you that. I'm sure it does over time. And once you've built something and you're proud of it, like my Warlord Titan, immensely proud of that. And it's there for forever if you want it to be there forever. I've got Space Marines from when I was a child still. I'm sure I did get rid of that mold line. Uh, 15,000 knobs. Wow, that's a lot of knobs. Jan, hello. You always look if the money adds up to the time spent. So if you see €60 game, you spend 60 hours in it. I do it slightly differently in that I kind of like half my salary, half my wage. Like if you half your wage of enjoyment, so say for instance a game is 40 quid, and let's say that your salary is, I don't know, let's say you get minimum wage, so that's 10 quid. So 20 hours? Is it 20 hours? Or was it 10 hours? Yeah, 10 hours, isn't it? I think between 10 and 20 hours. It also depends on the game. Like some games, like Diablo, there's a lot of quality in it, but there's a lot of longevity in it as well. So you can be playing Diablo for 60 hours, or you can play God of War for 70 hours and get all the trophies, and that will be fine. Yeah, that brings up another debate topic, quality over quantity. Space Marine. I can only assume that the Space Marine campaign isn't going to be like 40 hours, but they're bringing co-op to it, free player co-op. So that's going to increase its longevity. Having multiplayer in the original Space Marine game, that increased its longevity. I wasn't a massive fan of the multiplayer. But saying that, the multiplayer did increase increase the longevity of the game. I mean, I completed the campaign for Space Marine, got all of the achievements, but there's still a couple of achievements left to get in the multiplayer. But I also think that forced longevity in a game can also reduce its quality, reduce its appeal. So I'd finished Space Marine, I got all the achievements, and then there were like a couple in the multiplayer, like get to rank 50 or something. And if that's the last achievement, or if that's the last milestone, it kind of does, it gets really repetitive, really boring, really quick. And that can kind of leave a bitter taste in your mouth from a experience. I just want to know what they do for like leveling up, or what kind of extras there are for going through the campaign in co-op. It's all right just going through it by yourself, single player, but what else do they bring with the co-op experience? Is it just the single player but with 2 other friends? Is that it? There's no. Are there more enemies? Are there less enemies? Are there harder enemies? You know, are there any leveling up or skins to unlock? With the recent Gears of War, I think Gears of War 5, I think they you could be leveling up as you were going through the campaign, which is pretty good. You know, this isn't the first time that Space Marine has been compared to Gears of War. The original Space Marine was compared to Gears of War 2. But just single player, yeah. Oh, wow, crikey. That's some good questions there. Exactly, Jan. And also, Jan, you can sell them. So, you know, you build your models, so you have your time spent building them, time spent painting them, time spent playing with them. And then at the end of the day, you know, give it a few years, they're actually worth more than what you paid for them. So, whereas video games, you get your experience, but there's no guarantee the servers will be up forever. There's actually no guarantee that your stores, you know, the web store where you bought the game from, is up. Look at Nintendo and the removal of the Wii store and the DS store and things, you know. Physical media over digital. Physical, yeah, always physical. It's often cheaper. Digital, if they swapped everything, because there was this debate years ago, wasn't there, about them moving everything over to digital. If you're having digital media only, and you're like a first party game maker, so like Nintendo for instance, you know, if Nintendo went to digital only, and instead of me being able to pick up Zelda for 50 quid or 45 quid, Nintendo only sold it, and they only sold it at 60 quid. I mean, no. Like, digital, there is the convenience, and I would go for digital over physical for the price and the convenience. But physical, just, you know, you can sell it on. That's the thing. And I guess if you've got a video game collection, it would look good on the shelf. There's that as well. So there's the aesthetics of having a collection. It's a bit like it's a little bit like music. Like, I used to have a few CDs, and then I went through to MP3s and bought some MP3s, and now we all just stream music or listen to it through YouTube or something. You know, would that happen with games? I don't think so. They tried it, didn't they, with a few platforms. Streaming games is, well, streaming music is one thing, because you're streaming it and you're jogging, or you've got your phone on you or something. That's fine, and it doesn't take that much data. But with video gaming, typically you're not on the go. Typically you are in your house or around a mate's or something, and so the ability to stream it there's not as much need as having that access to music on the go. And also the data sizes are way bigger. Look at the announcement of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth being on 2 discs. And that's on PS5 2 discs. And those discs are huge. So, however, with games being digital or having a digital aspect, it has made, you know, developers lazier, I think, with like day one patches and shipping out broken games. So, you know, yes, we've got the convenience of digital media and things, but it's also kind of given them like a backup plan and an excuse to release unfinished games. There's so many examples. I said this yesterday. I said that in the pre-order video probably. But anyway, that's another debate, isn't it? You prefer to play a good short game over a bad long one? Yeah, definitely. Did you get the 40,000 enemies achievement? Now, Oats Plenty, that's a really good question, because I was going for that in single player, and I kept going over it again, and then they patched it where you could get it in the Horde mode. So this is where it's strange. When the game first shipped, you couldn't get that achievement in Horde mode. You couldn't. And then they patched it at some point and allowed you to do that. But I don't know whether that reset the tally. Yeah, but when they say 2 planets to clear, like, when you say planet, that's massive. But it could just be like a few areas on each of those planets. Hello, Yero Fonda. You're a big fan. Good. Thank you. Yeah, hope your day's going well too. Could you do comparing Dark Imperium and Domitus and Leviathan in the final review of Leviathan? I think I could, Revan. It'd take me a bit of time, and I don't know whether I've got their boxes still. I might have chucked Dark Imperium box out. And also, when did Dark Imperium release? Was it 2016, 2017? I want to say 2017, but that's quite a while ago. I mean, that's 6 years ago. $2017, okay. Imagine Games Workshop doing patches, models, and sprues. No, but now that all the rules and data sheets are digital, Ogrin, you will see them doing patches and updates with the rules. I think after the Leagues of Votann debacle, they really need to. But yeah, you could see them definitely doing that. But there's a flip side of that, in that they can just remove rules. So they can remove rules for models that you've already bought. So there's the flip side. There's the danger of, you know, I'm all for digital rules, don't get me wrong, but the danger is overnight they can just remove them. However, now they're in digital form, everyone can just kind of copy them and have them, and you don't need an internet connection or anything to do that now. And then you could just continue using them, like in your game club or with your friends. What do you think? What do you all think? Okay. A short comparison. To try and get those models, just to put it in perspective, it's probably going to take me 40 minutes, maybe an hour, just to get all of those models and get them set up, I guess. But yeah, it's possible. I could do it. I don't know how beneficial it will be for people because you can't get the other 2 sets. I mean, if it's there to show how good Leviathan is or how bad Leviathan is, I guess that's useful. But I think people that were already interested in Leviathan have probably pre-ordered it. Oh no, they'll still update the rules and things once codexes are out. They'll still do that. I don't think people struggled yesterday. I think there was a queue, and that's great, and that's how it should be. I think a lot of people struggled with third-party sellers yesterday. A few of them, their servers just went bust, and that was understandable. You know, if you can get a set, that's what it was, wasn't it? Everyone wanted to support the channel. If you can buy the set for £120, or you can buy the set for 150, what are you going to do? Like, if it costs you the same amount of time to save £30, you're going to do that, aren't you? If you're going to save yourself £30, I mean, have you seen the price of ketchup? This see what I did there? Went all the way back to the start, Revan, when you mentioned ketchup. Right, I think I need another coffee. Yeah, sorry, someone's question earlier was how is this Saurus Scar veteran kit doing? It's nice. I'm hoping that the Agrodons are going to be this good, this smooth to put together. I'm sure they will. Right, pop all of his legs and things on now. There's another piece that I've missed though. 19. There it is. Warhammer is more important than food. Depends on the food. The thing is with Warhammer though, is if you buy too much or you've got too much, and there isn't such a thing, trust me, you can always sell it to get food, but you can't sell your food to get Warhammer. Well, not perishable food anyway. Right. Oh, that goes together quite nicely. Caffeine, yep, definitely need more caffeine now. Facts, I'm just spitting facts, that's what it is. Sell Warhammer to pay for food, but you can't sell food to pay for Warhammer. Facts. Warhammer's a worldwide currency. Here's one though. What's worth more, Warhammer or Lego? Just throw that one at you. The thing is with Lego is they do like falling into some traps. I'm just dishing it out to everyone today. Lego, Lego have this big thing of marketing kits to adults. Adults welcome, blah blah blah. Of course, adults welcome. You're selling a £700 Lego 8080. Of course, adults are welcome. But the trap is that they've made so many big, expensive kits for adults that now they're kind of like that, and they sell so well that that's kind of most of what they make now. Like, why would they make other smaller kits for kids? Like, oh, we're selling lots of kits to adults that have larger disposable incomes and they have full-time jobs and things. Wow, why didn't we think of this earlier? Let's make more. No, I've definitely bought a bit of Lego past couple of years. So maybe I've fallen into their trap. I don't know about prices being worse. I don't know whether they're certainly high, but like whatever you say about Lego and prices being high, they do have a really good VIP system, like really good, and they do have. I say they have discounts. You can get their kits cheaper from other places as well sometimes. And then there's the whole community. I really like that community and the mocks that they do. But Games Workshop don't. They need to have a VIP point system. They really do. They never have discounts or anything. What just happened there? I don't know what happened there with my glue, but something was just... Sometimes that happens when you pull it out too quick and it goes all over your fingers. Right, sort of sorted that. You just know when you've got this thin glue on your finger because it's cold, isn't it? It's cold as ice. Oh, this looks so cool. Right, what else are we doing? I'm going to get a different coffee, put some more ice in this iced coffee that I was making, that I had. And his foot will go on there, maybe? Hopefully. Okay, so it just goes like that. Lego will start collecting dust after you finish with it. I've got news flash. Everything collects dust. My telly, my games consoles, my Lego, and you know what? Even my Warhammer. I know that might be a shock, Revan, but let's grab this. Lego collects dust. Warhammer collects dust. Dust is everywhere. Dust is life, and life is dust. That's all we are in the end, shadows and dust. That's my gladiator quote for the day. And with that, I'll be back soon. Spared no expense. Oh, right, I'm back. I'm definitely getting my money's worth with that sign, I tell you. Oh. Right. If I can use it every stream, then... Oops. The wheels of this chair, you know. Bumping into the camera. Okay, that should be fine. You fell into the trap of buying and got Necron Warriors. Oh, I hope not. You need barnacles back in your life. Yeah. I was never really into barnacles and things, so I kind of skipped on that. Right, time for head. 16, 14. There's only one head for this. Oh, it looks so cool though. this head of the agrodon. Oh, and he's got a bit of a hairdo. And his hair, or his spikes, or whatever you want to call them, they're connected to his tongue. How strange is that? And then he has some kind of motif icon at the back, and he has a tail feather. At 29, this big. I think that's the general consensus, isn't it? That dinosaurs had feathers. Oh, and then we start building the Scar Veteran. There he is. It's quite cool. Was that guy €50 again? I'm not sure. I think he was a bit. I think he was 37.50. I think he might be in 30. Sorry, he might be in 35. Sorry, I just went to get the book to go through like some of the rules and things. Maybe quite cool. Hello, Soren. How are you doing? I don't know. Maybe. I think that's quite a cool saying. AOS War Scrolls are so clean. They are indeed. Check the Scar Veteran one out. So, where is he? He's near the back, isn't he? So he's there, Saurus Scar Veteran. He has 8 wounds. He's got the Relic Celestite Spear or Relic Celestite Club. The spear has slightly better range, has 4 attacks, 3+ to hit, 3+ to wound, -2 to rend and 2 damage, whereas the club has 1 more attack, but worse to rend. So it's whether you want to have 1 extra attack for a worse rend, up to you. But the rending bites and striking talons are the same as for the agrodons. So he is on an agrodon. And the agrodon is just a normal agrodon. But he's not, because he has this thing called Alpha Raw. He's a proper alpha. You can increase the rage score of friendly agrodon units within 18 inches by 1. And the rage score here you add its rage score to the attack's characteristics. Wow. So you're bumping up the agrodon's attacks by the alpha roaring. That's nice. That's nice. There's a lot of Jurassic Park quotes in this. Probably will be for all of my Seraphon. I need to watch it. I've got all 3. And there are only 3 Jurassic Park films, okay? There are only 3. Maybe there's 2, but I think there's 3. The third one is, there's just some memes, you know. The third one's all about the memes. But, and the Spinosaurus and the T-Rex is pretty cool, let's face it. I mean, but yeah, I need to go back and watch them. I haven't watched them for years. I've got them on Blu-ray, I think. It's Age of Sigmar, Evan. Okay. Exactly. Thank you, Ogren. Thank you. Revan's a bit new to the old Age of Sigmar. Yeah, as I say, plenty of Seraphon content over these next couple of weeks before we get deep into Leviathan. Dreadnought battle lines. Of course you would. I'd feel a whole army just of Invictus warsuits, wouldn't I? My favourite dreadnought. That's sarcasm, guys. Good morning. How are you doing? It is still morning here. We had a bit of an early one this morning. Don't normally stream on a Sunday, but I am here. Where did my interesting? So I'm sure I pinned that comment. It is pinned. Good. But it must be so far pinned. I don't know. You're still in bed? No worries. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good use of Sunday. Painting up Iron Warriors. let's glue this head together. Very interesting the way they've done this. I just want to point this out, look. So they have attached the tongue on like a rod, and then it's together so that when you close the head up, it all comes together. I think it's really cool. I don't know, that might just be me though. What colour to paint him? I don't know. I can't paint white, so I don't know whether I'll paint the Scar Veteran white. I might paint him a really light shade of blue. Paint the Sauruses on the Agrodons a darker blue, and then him a really light blue. I don't know what to paint him. In a way, I like the fact that he's white, because he's like a, you know, unique Saurus, like an albino or something. Right, that's the tail done, the feather for the tail. And that's his head done. So let's put this together. Remember to put the tongue in first. I think they've done really well with the joins for these Seraphon. Yeah, pretty remarkable. Did everyone here manage to get the Leviathan box? I think a lot of people were able to pre-order it. Who nicked the frog's throne in the back? I'm not even going to give him a throne. He just deserves to be lunch for the spawn of Chotek. That's his lunch. Who is whose lunch here? I mean, I haven't built his throne yet. I think I started building him because I wanted to just show you like size comparisons and things. Oh, that feather goes on quite nicely. Yes. Look at that. Incredible. I think his neck could be a bit longer though. I want to see his neck being a bit longer. Yeah, they're very nice sculpts. Very, very nice. I hope they sell well. It's a tricky one with Leviathan coming out. I know not everybody collects 40k, or not everybody is interested in 10th edition or Leviathan. But when you've got a release schedule such as GW's, it's one of those things. You decide to have that release schedule, and you know, things will coincide with each other, won't they? They always clash. Yeah, that icon looks great. He's small. You can see the scales through the screen. Well, I hope so. I mean, I can't change the quality of this. This is the quality that we can go for. But what I can do is I can zoom in, maybe, and that helps. But yeah, very crisp. It's going to be lovely for shading. Will I be picking up the Chinodon and Stegodon at a later date? I'll try, Maxim, but they always seem to be out of stock. But I definitely would like to, yeah. For the channel, like to compare them. Thinking about it, I would have liked to have picked up the Dread Sauron, the Dread Saurian, whatever it's called, from Forge World. But I had to pick up this beautiful, gorgeous girl first, over the Dread Saurian, and who can who can deny her, really? You know, instead of going to Greg's, you just need to just pick her up, really. And also, someone told me that I should buy this model before anything else, so I did. So, shall we just have him over here? Corn Berserkers are fighting a rock monster. Yeah, I don't know. You heard that the Slan is difficult to build. Well, he wasn't too bad. His base, though, might be a different story. We'll see. We'll see about his base. So yeah, we've just got to build a Scar Veteran now, and we're going to remove all the parts off the sprue. It is just a 1 sprue kit, but it should be straightforward from now on in. That's the other arm. Four and 8. So even the veteran has some kind of neck icon. Mold lines haven't been too bad with this kit. Not too bad. I've preferred building him than the salamander, but saying that, the salamander did have 3 skinks to build, so that's what kind of let it down. Not a massive fan of building those small little units. Heads, right? So we've got a few options. We're going to go for a closed mouth with the headdress. So that would be number 9, number 10. And then we've actually got some spare heads. I don't know whether you could use these for the actual Agrodon Lancers. I'm not sure, but they are spare parts. So that's that sprue done. Lovely collection of rocks. Very difficult to build that model as well. Hundreds of pieces. Like each one of these rocks is a piece. It's not. I just thought it'd be funny to say that. I think it's, how many pieces is it, Maxim? Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it 6 pieces, I think? What we're going to do is, you see, this is another thing. I don't know whether to sub-assembly this. I think I should, but I can't go much further than this if I do. because you can't really build him if he's not really on. I don't know. Can you just put him on? Oh, what? His tail goes through the hoop at the back. Oh, I wondered what that was for. That actually makes a lot of sense. It did come with the mask, yeah. I think I've got the mask somewhere in there. Funny how I know where pretty much everything is. There's two masks. There's two more pieces. So the mask is in two pieces. Put that on an orc vehicle or something. Doesn't necessarily need to be on. Oh, apologies on that. So I'm going to build this veteran, but not put him on the mount. Yes. I think we can get away with that, I think. It's just what, you know, the other things that he is holding, whether they will affect it. I am gonna glue him onto his base though. I'll do that right now. Then we'll clean up the parts. We'll glue him and we'll see if we can have him kind of on there or off. Don't bring in Crusaders. These are really cool looking models. They're so cool. I mean, I think they're probably going to be my coolest Age of Sigmar models. Or the ones that I'd be most proud of, like showcasing. Should have cleaned the base up a bit. Never underestimate a smooth base. Okay. Oh, it's getting warm in here now. 20 degrees. Whew. We're getting to 21. Probably isn't very hot compared to where you guys are, but just send you a bag of gravel and super glue. I tell you what though, that does give me a great idea of basing the Rogue Idol, putting loads of rocks on there and bigger rocks, and you know, I think that would look awesome. I want to put a few things on the base. I don't just want him to be on this, you know, oval base and that's it. There needs to be some things on there. Has anyone brought up the actual Space Marine miniature game? You know, of the miniature of Titus. I think he's awful. I really do. I'm not a fan. I think his pose is all over the place. In that case, I would have liked to have seen a more stoic pose. I think the pose they've gone for would have worked better in Space Marine 1. Not Space Marine 2. There's so many options based in dinosaurs. Yeah, there is so many. I think, you know, I don't have a kind of tropical fish store near me, but I definitely feel the need to go on a little trip to one and look at what basing material and things they've got. Imagine that. Imagine going to a place that sell real creatures for items to use on your plastic minis. Imagine that. I think those fish pets shops have always been a good place to pick up basing materials, though. Do some rivers. Okay. What, for the rock? For the Rogarnal? Could do. Okay. And yeah, so as I say, we'll put him together and then we'll, I don't know, like if we connect his two halves, can we still put him on? I think we can. But like I say, it might be dependent on the weapons. I think it's possible. I'm going for it. guess I could glue the shield on. How do they do this though? Like that. All right. Tell the shop workers you're getting it for your dinosaur. They probably would ask, you know. They probably would. You're right. They'd probably say something like, "Oh, okay. So what fish do you have, or what pets do you have?" And I'll just say, "Well, I have a carnosaur and a few agrodons that I need this, you know, these pebbles for." I think it would really bring out the colour of their eyes. And then that would be the end of the conversation, I think, because they probably wouldn't get it. I mean, I have been complaining about the weather for the past sort of couple of weeks. I really have. Like the last 2 weeks here in Norfolk, it's just been awful. And now we got some decent weather. You need a collar for my veteran. I need a chew toy for my carnosaur. Do you have any that are kind of human size? This veteran is ripped. Oh, that spear looks so cool. Wait a second. Well, I hope you're having a successful day with your hobbying, staying out of those harmful UV rays. It's a shame because we're covering up his pecs now. He's worked hard to get those gains, and now we're just obscuring them. Yeah, wrong file. I've never tried any of the glass files though. I wonder if they're any good. I break a lot of glass anyway, let alone if I had glass files. I'm so clumsy. I'd end up breaking them for sure. I end up breaking metal drill bits, so I'm just glad that these files are metal. Hey Craig, how you doing? Good to see you here. Yeah, well, okay, Thunder. Yeah, I understand that, but as a wise man once said, as a wise man says, glass is glass, and glass breaks. Oh, sorry to hear that, Kriegsman. That's really crappy to hear. That's not good when jobs are advertised as one thing and then you get there, or you start work and then they change. Yeah, you can't be doing an as and when job. You need something more sustainable. It's all right having an as and when job, like if that works round for you, but it has to be two-way in that if they've got the power to just call you up and say, oh, can you work this day or whatever, it's got to be give and take in that you're allowed to say, well, no, I can't because I've got plans or I'm doing something, and then not to take it personally, you know. No, you need something a bit more sustainable, something more consistent. It just helps with budgeting and things and your bills, having a kind of guaranteed income and things. I think, unfortunately, though, a lot of people look at bonus hours and performance-related pay and things as a stable thing, though, and we all know that yeah sometimes isn't the case. It can be taken away, or your performance can be hampered by extraneous variables. Anyway. Oh yeah, cash in hand. Yeah, okay. Well, working in shops, at least it could be stable. You can meet people. See, this is a point where I don't think this is a mould line, but it certainly does look like one. Do you see what I'm talking about? This line here. I don't think it's a mould line because they've drawn attention to it with a silver. They put silver over the gold. So we're going to leave it in this instance, but I just don't like leaving those. Look a bit odd. There's a few of these kind of things in Seraphon. Look at the instructions. You can kind of see it still on there. We're going to keep it on there. No, definitely not. I don't go back and clean up after priming. That's why I take so long building them now, so that I only have to clean up now and then prime and then paint straight away. The only time I've cleaned up after priming or painting is when it's like my really old models where I've just ignored the mold lines or I haven't noticed them, and then I've gone over them. But no, this process here, the building and the cleaning up of the parts, this is it. I'll then prime and then paint, and you'll see these painted on the channel. Maxim's just recorded me saying that, so it has to be true now. Hey, look, I'd love to see some orange dinosaurs on this channel. Orange is my favourite colour, of course. I don't know. I think I've got a... Thanks, Maxim. Oh, God. I might even paint the Rogue Idol. Surely he's just like one colour and a wash, isn't he? I don't know. This is the thing. I think I review the models grey rather than primed because you can see the detail more. Like, have I got a sprayed model anywhere? I do, but it's a bit out of reach. I thought I had a sprayed model nearby. Ah, well. I just think for reviews, it's just better and quicker as well. Because although I can just nip outside and spray stuff, there will be times when it's raining and things where I just don't have a place to do that. Okay, is that done? Oh yeah, I'm painting for my pension, for my retirement. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. I am. That is my retirement. Is painting. And I'd rather paint for retirement than build. Like painting, I can hold. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to hold a brush, or there's this airbrush thing that people keep mentioning to me. And then on top of that, I can hold the model with one hand, and then I can just paint with the other. Whereas some of these build kits, you have to be an octopus sometimes, and some of them are really quite finicky and yeah, all of that. Like when I retire, I think my hands holding things and manipulating things on models is going to get tougher and tougher. Whereas at least painting, you know, I can put a colour on an area and then shade it and possibly highlight it, and it will look all right. Whereas in retirement, if I can't quite hold minis and things, then I'm going to have to get people to build them for me. Your YouTube brand is almost the role model reviews. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Those reviews saved my life. I almost bought Call as a beginner. Oh wow, wow. Yeah, I think they definitely can be beneficial, especially with like the big models like the Titans and things. I know a few people that wouldn't even attempt a big model like that, and I also know people that have spent a lot of time thinking about getting a big model. Not just the money cost. It's all about the hobby skill and the time involved in them, and you know they've thought about it for a long time, and then they've actually come to me personally and just asked, you know, is this possible? Can I do this? How much time will I need to sink into it? Sorry, I just need to kind of pause rambling because I finished him and he looks so cool. He looks hench, but will he go on? I don't think. Come on, it's like Buckaroo. Yes. He doesn't wobble around too much, but it is doable. It's possible. So, oh, I kind of froze at a really important time. Sorry. It's like a before and after. Sorry. Let me just rewind that for you. Okay. As I said, he looks really cool and hench. And then if I pop him on, like that, he will go on fine. So yeah, everyone, that's probably an important thing to note, is that you don't have to glue him on. You can have him separate, and I would advise that strongly, to have him as a sub-assembly and paint him separate, which is what I'm going to do. It's going to be one of the first models I paint, really. But that is him. He looks so cool. I can't wait to give him a load of friends to play with, in the form of the other Agrodon Lancers. So yeah, vice stand. Yeah, I mean, I just don't like the idea of having a model like on a vice stand only to like put one part on. You'll find that you need to be moving the model around and adding parts as you go, quite quickly. No, I'm glad my videos helped. I'm glad. Yeah, lovely mini, lovely Agrodon Seraphon mini. What we'll do is we could start building the other Agrodons. How about that? Let me just get them. My microphone has gone somewhere. Okay. Yeah, there's a screen freeze because the battery is already quite low. I don't quite know why. But what I'll do is I'll just plug it in. Take this microphone out. There we go. Cool. Thanks, Maxim. I was going to just... I was just going to crack on with the old Cerberus, but yeah, if you guys want me to carry on with the Seraphon, I'll gladly do that. So these are the Croxigores. Big. I think there's 3 sprues as well. Yeah, they're 3 sprues. They're a chunky kit. Saying that, is the Agrodon Lancers? Are they 3 sprues too? You still see that? Possibly not. Maybe I do that. No, because that's a red box. Way, that was a buckaroo. That skink just got yeeted off. Okay, so there's spare parts. I've got to keep them separate. Am I making naughty vids for the Only Hands? I should invent that company, shouldn't I? I should invent Only Hands. I should invent it. Got a nice selection of lizards right now. When lizards ruled the world. Only Hands. It's just a website where people just show their hands doing various things. I think we'll go for spears. You know what? I kind of just want to have more spears because I'm not a big fan of the drum boy, and I'm actually not that much of a fan of the like that those drums. I just can't take them seriously. Sorry. What did they put on here? So they've got Donkey Kongo, and that one looks so cool though. Yeah. See what the rules say first of all. It's a pity they're not a unit of kind of 5. Ooh. Half of his whole arm for free. The other half is extra. Members only. Some members have seen the whole of Super Saiyan. What a letdown. There's feet ones. Only toes. Yeah, only toes. Agrodon Lancers, here we go. Right. All models in the unit must be armed with the same weapon.
So either a club or the spear. One's a champion, one's a standard bearer, one in every 3, and one's a musician. You know what? We're just going to have them with spears because it looks cooler, and I'm all about the rule of cool. I don't care about the drums and the icon. I'm never going to play with them in a game, probably. So why do I need the benefit of a icon and a drummer? So 54. We start off with some good head, which is, where is it? Where are my dragons? I didn't think it was a sprue just full of head. I thought it was, there's 57, 56. Ah, right. So they build 3 heads, and then you can swap the heads between them all. Okay, that makes sense. Well, there's 54, so 55 must be around here somewhere. A whole Super Saiyan. Yep. I'm actually Henry Cavill. I wonder if Henry Cavill watches YouTube. Imagine if my Custodes videos got him into Custodes. Imagine that. He'd never admit it, would he? 55. Where is 55? Don't tell me it's on a completely different sprue. Drawing a blank here, guys. But I do need 57. I do need 56. What is this piece, though? Oh, is it that? It looks like one of these pieces, but it's smaller. I'm absolutely flabbergasted where this is. So clearly that goes on like that, and that goes on like that, but we need the other half of the neck. I think 59 is... Oh, it's here. it doing all the way over here? Well, that's my game of Where's Wally for today complete. Should be able to get through the rest of these, no problem now. So 58. 59. And then 60. Don't you just love when different parts are on completely different sprues? Like a mini game. So that's the heads done. We've got some tails. So these are all interchangeable too, so you can have different tails on them and different heads. That's awesome. '66, '67, '64 and '65, I think. '68 and '69. Right, let's clean up these heads and tails and glue them together. And then that's a full page done. I'm not sure whether the feathers, no, the feathers are compulsory. And then we build one of these bodies with a different armor panel. We add the head and the tail on with the feathers. All the feathers are optional, depends which one you go for. And then we just work out the riders, who will be quite straightforward. You get a number of heads though, 6 heads, 3 different shields. There's a few different spears. Yeah, they're so cool, aren't they? Right. Okay. Doing well, guys? Doing well? Yeah, very true, Maxim. Yeah, where you're having to look at different sprues for the pieces. Right, we're gonna see how far we get up until about 12:40 or so. And then we're gonna call it a day because I need to do some videos for the rest of the week after the live streams. So we'll see how far we get in kind of half an hour. kits. Yeah, very enjoyable kit so far. I would hazard a guess that the Starseer and the Saurus, whatever he is, I'd say that they're going to be alright kits too. They're just a bit pricey, aren't they, for single minis? But these kits have been gorgeous. I would like some massive flying creatures though for Seraphon, flying dinosaurs for them. I think that's something that they're missing. Flying dragons. Well, Seraphon don't have dragons, do they? So it would be flying dinosaurs. Like some kind of big pterodactyl or pterodon or something like that. Would be quite cool. I'm sure we'll get dragons in the old world. Yeah, well, the thing is, I don't think you're the only one. I definitely enjoy building more than painting. But the main reason for that for me is because I'm a perfectionist and I spend a lot of time going over my models after I've painted them till I'm at a happy level with them. Of course, there's always more to do. There's always more cleanup to do with painting. And because I don't really game, it's I'm not in any rush either. I think if I gamed more, I'd be in more of a rush to paint quicker and get them ready. Get them battle ready, as they call it. Not parade ready. But yeah, I try and have all mine parade ready. What's the Age of Sigmar faction you think needs an update after the Cities of Sigmar? Age of Sigmar faction. It's a good question. I'd want to say demons, like Chaos Demons in general. But they seem to update a few of the Chaos Demons with their specific units. Like Slanesh got a big update, didn't they? Tzeentch had some extra units. Skaven. I'd want to see some new minis for Skaven, I think. Yeah, good point. Yeah. Although technically there are still some new factions that use fantasy kits. Slaves to Darkness is one. That Chaos Lord is a fantasy kit. Flesh Eater Courts, yeah, definitely. I think they'll be next. Yeah, totally agree, Ogrin. Totally agree with that. Now, with the tails, it seems to be easier to glue them together and then concentrate on the mold lines. So you get 3 different tails. And then yeah, we can have this one as the leader. This first one. Or the champion, should I say. Now, I thought the mold lines would be horrific on all these spikes and things, but you know what, they're not too bad. Hello, Lynx Lord. How you doing? I haven't spoken to you for ages. Yeah, a lot of Seraphon content over the 2 weeks. I don't know if there are going to be any more unboxings. I think we've done the unboxings for them. But there'll certainly be more live streams and reviews. Can't complain. Nice one, Links. Nice one. Yeah, don't worry about that. All the live streams are in the live playlist as well. I know it's a bit different watching a live stream after it's live. I get that. But yeah, don't you worry. You got nothing to worry about. You just missed some of my terrible jokes in the live streams. My terrible jokes and my bad maths. And my shady memory for releases. So much so I have to go back and watch some videos to just confirm when things are released. Right, let's put this head together. It's odd, like some of these are in 3 pieces. This one's in 4, but even though it's in 4 pieces, just for like a dinosaur head, it goes together surprisingly well. I say surprisingly. I mean, we are talking about Games Workshop here. You know, there's nothing really surprising about it. They're usually on the ball with this kind of stuff. I think with the Seraphon so far, it's trying to understand what to have as sub-assembly for painting reasons. But I can't fault these minis. They're gorgeous. They have surpassed my expectations. Yeah, all right, thanks. Yeah, I've been a bit busy with the minis. I've got a lot of reviews and things to do for them. Yeah, got the corn World Eaters stuff is now done. Just got to make the videos a bit later on. It'll be a Combat Patrol review, World Eaters Army review, the spawn of Chotek, Gotek, and the Saurus. It's essentially the videos next week. Possibly the Cerberus. Depends how far I get with it today. Should be able to complete it today. You're working on your 3,000 points of dwarfs, repainting them for the old world. Nice one. Out of the new Lizardmen, which is your favourite? Oh, that's a really good question. Thank you for that, thanks. It is tough, don't get me wrong. Like, I like these Agrodons. I like the Saurus Scar Veterans Agrodon. The Raptidons is still pretty cool, but I think there's a lot of feathers on them. But that's how they meant to be, apparently. And the Croxigors are just swole. I haven't built a Croxigor yet, but I'm sure I'm in for a treat. I'd still think the Salamander. I don't know what it is, but just like something about that flame salamander is my favourite. I wish he was a bit bigger. I think it's because I can just plonk him on a board as an objective. You know, Space Marines have to go and capture this salamander. It's a very rare creature. I don't know why. Maybe they need to harvest the glands to help with the gene seed. I don't. You see, you can make up so many narratives. But yeah, I'd probably say the salamander. It's a shame we didn't get anything big for them. Maybe next time. How about you? Which is your favourite out of the Seraphon release? You know, I've been wanting to pick up Seraphon for 10 years. Since I first started creating videos on YouTube to do with Warhammer. It was that white dwarf. I picked up a white dwarf that had Seraphon in. And back then white dwarfs were sealed, so you didn't really know what you were gonna get in the magazine. And I found out it was mainly covered Seraphon. I need to go back and find that issue really. Yeah. The Slan quite big. Well, this is the Slan. I guess he's going to be that big, maybe. I think he will when I put him on his proper base. Maybe the chapter needs a mascot. Definitely if I collected salamanders, which I don't. If they did a refresh of salamanders with Primaris with their own units, I would be all over that. Yeah. I'd definitely cover a salamanders release. White Scars? Probably not. Okay, that's that head done. That's quite a straightforward one, that one. Just 3 pieces. I'll say we'll finish the other head and then we'll call it a day. Because as I say, I've got other videos to make and things today for next week. And that's the other side of his face. I'll go back and I'll put some Tamiya thin in between the gaps and I'll file their heads off. But so far, really awesome looking heads. I'm quite happy with our progress over the past sort of 24 hours. We built the Chotek. We built the Scar Veteran. I've had a bit of progress with these Agrodons. I mean, there's not much left to go with the Agrodons. It's just the bodies, the legs, which are all single pieces. Well, the body's in 2 pieces, but the legs are all single. Attach the head, the tail, and the feathers, and then the riders themselves. I'd probably say that the riders will take up most of the time. All right, so what I'll probably do is I'll come back on the live streams on Wednesday. I'd like to. We'll see how it plays out, but I definitely would like to come back and continue with these Agrodons, really. Yeah, because I've got quite a few videos to do now. And if I can come back and work on the Agrodons on Wednesday, should be all good. But thank you everyone for joining me today. If you've been here from the start, it's pretty cool. Hope you've enjoyed this Sunday live stream. I don't normally live stream on Sundays. Yeah, it is. It is lunchtime. Time to go. Oh, you're welcome, Maxim, and everyone else. Yeah, it's been good. We've got some great progress going with the Seraphon, and I want to continue that. You know, the more Seraphon I build, the more I can spray and then paint and give you some painting videos. Yeah, I'm not the best painter in the world. I'm all right, but at least you get to see them being painted. So that's about it. So thanks everyone for joining me today. Thanks again. Thanks for watching. The Emperor protects.